Hi friends, today is March 23rd, 2025. I was thinking, have a look at Elon Musk, what's happening to him these days. As like you can see him here holding a big chainsaw at the CPAC conference, some time ago. That's because we know that he worked with President Trump, and once he got elected, he got involved in this called Department of Governmental Efficiency, and then he cut a lot of people's jobs and agencies, and also USAID projects, helping the poor in some cases, and whatever else, I don't know exactly, what are the things that should have been cut and what shouldn't be, but, that's not my job. And they are saying so far they have saved 115 billion from those people's salaries and, savings of those donations and things like that. And per taxpayer it is $714. So this is why he was holding this chainsaw, saying he is going to wreck a lot of the expenses and save a lot of expenses for United States government. So that's what he did. But we know who he is. He is the world's richest man. This is Forbes list. Elon Musk is the first place still, like he has 334.5 billion today, right? I mean, some things gone down, but, and then you see Jeff Bezos, and that's the Amazon founder, and then Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook, and Larry Ellison, Oracle. These guys, I mean, what these guys have done, why they are extraordinarily rich, is because of they have sown a lot of good seeds in their journey of life, and then they are bringing in a lot of good karma into this life. What that good karma does is that the difference between normal person and us and these guys are they have seen unique opportunities at the right time in their life. That is what it is. They were given the opportunities to invest, they were given the opportunities to get capital, and then they invest at the right time, in the right place. They were shown the opportunities. That is what it is. That's what the good karma does for all these people. It is otherwise someone earning net worth of 334.5 billion is not a joke. It's a huge amount of money. Of course, these people have these in their company stocks and things like that, but again, it's a lot of money. So he's still the richest person, right? And then he involved with the President Trump election campaign, and I'm sure he contributed quite a bit of money, and then this is what he got out of that. He wanted to cut down the US government. It's, I'm pretty sure there is a lot of inefficiency and wastage there. But then the question is, why, what is the approach to do that, So what the approach was, is taking this and showing this what it is. But the important thing is he has given a lot for him to be in this position today, but he doesn't understand what the blessings he has is because he has given in prior lives, that is what it is. And now he's removing, if someone loses a job and don't have no way of living, can't they pay their bills, that's a really, really difficult situation. And a giving job to someone is a really, really good karma. That is like out of the good karmas, employment is one of the major good karma. Giving someone employment and then pay them reasonably for their work is a huge good karma, because that gives you that, you are providing for that family, and then in large, you are providing for that society in that area, There are a lot of indirect employment by giving one person employment. Giving employment is a huge good karma, right? And then taking it off, is not that good, that's what it is. So what happened is, since he's doing this now, cutting off, giving of people who don't have money to eat, and like that for USAID, some other projects, I don't know all the projects, some projects definitely help the poorest people who don't have food to eat, because of, again, it's bad karma for them, that's why that happened to them in the first place. And then what happens is that people get angry with him because of losing jobs and that kind of stuff, saying he's an unelected person. And also that's affecting his companies, his two main companies, Tesla and SpaceX. Like, you can see people were vandalizing, you can see on CNN here, vandalizing Tesla car places and, like that. And also they're putting fire and things like that for the Tesla cars. So that wasn't good, because it's people doing that with the misunderstanding. They don't have to do that, So, because there's no point getting revenge. Whatever happening to you is happening because of your karma. And also his Tesla stock price went down. Like if I do this, like Tesla stocks, you can see it started coming down from $410 to on January 3rd, and right now it gone down to $262. So it's quite a bit of, going down directly. By doing this, his net worth goes down because his share value in his assets, right? So that's what it is here. Other thing is like, let me see what else I have in here. Giving employment is a good one. What is good karma again? Even WebMD explains it, how karma works. And then I asked Gemini what is, I gave all the chart information for Elon and asked what can we expect in a period from May 2024 to now, right? Because that time he was involved in the presidential campaign, right? So this is what it came up with. And pretty much it's saying, his health can get affected and things like that, right? And his businesses potentially involving financial setbacks, operational difficulties, and that kind of stuff. That happened to his companies. So this is what Gemini from Google AI that gave me this information here. Now I want to go into his chart, and then we did this chart in Sinhala. I explained why what blessings he brought to this life. So much of these and these here and this one here, like that. Why he is the richest man in the world, what good karma he brought to this life. And this is why he saw this opportunity. Person who was born in South Africa and coming to Canada, to USA, and then establish himself and being the richest person in the world, right? But just gentle, like just to recapture one or two things here, like his moon is malefic. This is mind, and he is a sensitive person. He can get angry in an instant like that. His mind is not very strong in that way. When this happens, it's like that. Other thing is that this is 25 over here, the most effective point, and this is 20.11. His age, we know now, is 53, so it's after 50 years. So this 20.11 to 25.42 is within 5 degrees pretty much. So it's after age 50, he's more sensitive now than even earlier. So this thing is already triggered on him, right? And also he has this here, Ketu here and Moon as a dispositor. I'm doing this for educational purposes only, and to keep a record of what is happening. This is the ultimate science of life. So I just want to keep a record of what exactly happening now to him, and what we can expect in the future. During this year, pretty much, right? So what is happening to him is, look at the period, the dasa period he's running. He's running Jupiter main dasa, Saturn sub dasa, and the Ketu third level, right? Vidasa. That's what's happening. But if you look at it, this is Saturn. Now I have, we know that this is what 65% of the life, 65 to 70% of what is happening in the current time of the life. So what is happening is that this Saturn is in the 6th house. Saturn is in the 6th house. What is 6th house is, I think I did one of these here. Yeah, 6th house significations. 6th house are enemies. You can see it is daily routine, work, health, enemies, service to others, emphasizing discipline, practicality, and the ability to overcome challenges, right? So if you look at enemies, it is to do with conflicts, right? The challenges and conflicts. Right, how enemies are and the opposing side. So he has a lot of opponents at the moment, a lot of under disputes, saying that he's not elected person and why is he doing this or that, why is he cutting down all the people from their jobs and things like that. He's under a lot of pressure in that direction, right? So what is happening to him is that he's running Saturn period who is in the 6th house. That is why all the disputes, I'm sure he has health issues. Like if you look at health issues also, like he admitted that he is taking medication, for his, for pretty much for mental health, for depression and that kind of stuff. Like you can see he admitted to himself, and also his biographer also confirming that fact, So what is happening to him is pretty much he's running Saturn sub-period in a Jupiter main period, right? So I told you this is 15%, this is 65 to 70%, and this is the rest. So if this is 70, this is 15, 85, and this is 15 here, that makes the 100. So like that Saturn period he is running. When did he start Saturn period? We can look at it clearly. Jupiter, Saturn. He started Saturn period on May 7th, 2024. Right? So this is the time of course before also, because he was running this period here, he was involving in the presidential campaign, right? And then involved in this year. And then this is right now where he is here. Ketu is also he give you depression here, because right now he under a lot of pressure in that direction, from February 9th to April 4th also. But this whole of this period is not that great. That is what will happen. So it goes up to November 18, 2026. This is a period of disputes, health concerns, a period like that, because his placement in the 6th house, right? So that is what is happening to him at the moment. And then what I did was I wanted to see what kind of transits that are going to happen for him in this year, right? When you're richest person in the world, of course, there are very, very blessed. Blessed means they have brought a lot of good karma to this life, and they are reaping at the moment. So pretty much time of reaping, So you wouldn't get close to President of the United States and get, all his confidence to do whatever he wants him to do. It doesn't happen to anybody, this happened because of your good karma, whatever you have earned in from prior lives, like giving, helping, a lot of different things they would have done to earn this good karma, which he's enjoying now. So when you look at the transits, you can see Jupiter on the 6th most effective point. Peak will be on 23rd April, but effect of this is going to be like a week before, and then maybe even earlier. It's a positive time for him. And he's running Jupiter, Saturn, Venus. Only difference is in here, you can see Saturn and Venus in the 6th house. So in these kind of periods, these conflicts and health matters going to prevail on that time. So that is what I mean here, right? He's running this kind of period around that time also. And then Jupiter with Venus on the 6th house. Peak is on the April 27th, that's close by. Whether there will be conflicts related or some health matters can be affected here. Generally it's a positive, but positive like, something like sometimes you might diagnose with something that you could not diagnose before. And also conflicts going to continue. And we know conflicts are there right now quite a bit, right? Again, still running Jupiter, Saturn, Venus in that time. So this is also health, conflict, right? So that's what it means here. And then the third one is Rahu Ketu on the 3rd and 9th MEP. This is definitely negative one. Peak on the July 11th. It could be, like a week before. We will see the effect. The other one I want to tell you is that just after this peak date, 1 or 2 days definitely negative. That you have to always consider that. Positive up to this point and then it's negative. And when a negative thing happens, the follow 2 days like that, positive. That happens, it's like going up in a mountain like that and then coming down. Go to the top of the mountain is the peak. So, like week positive to 23rd of April, I would say a week or a little bit more, it could be, right? And good things can happen. And then after 23rd, 24th, it's not positive. It could be negative. You can hear something, like that. And then on 27th, till 27th is positive and 28th is not. 29. And then again, okay. And then here, this one is negative. Whether he will, all this what is happening with the cost-cutting things and like that, he might even announce, okay, I'm going to be away from this or something like that. There's a possibility, but this is not a very major one because it's not going slow here. If it's a slow transit, yes, effect is very high. When it's a fast transit, effect is not that much. So it passes quickly. In this case, it passes quickly. So it's negative, but it is not a, prolonged negativity there. So maybe 1 week before this also. And then 2 days positive. Now Jupiter with Sun, that will be like, Sun is a government, so there will be some positive event over there. Maybe he might really find some savings or something like that. Peak on July 9th, right? So week before like that and the positive, and still the period is Saturn, Venus, health and conflicts, right? And then the Saturn on the 3rd aspect to Saturn, this also July 13th is the peak, and few days before, whatever positive things will happen. And then here it is a slow one, so there may be more positive things can happen in this. Some kind of a communication we may hear on this one, some positive thing. And here Jupiter with Mercury in the 7th, peak is August 19th and 20th and 2025, right? And it's a positive one. Still the period running is that. And then this one here, Jupiter on the 7th, MEP, peak on September 11th, it is positive. Something to do with the long-term partners here, clearly. Something relating to long-term venture or something like that. And then Jupiter, Saturn, Sun period going to come here, which is a good period for him here. And then this one is going to be, this one peaks on November 17, 2025. There could be some positive news, something more than what it shows up, but it is positive news. I'm not totally sure, because we know that this is a malefic and this is a benefic. But something exaggeration. This one is something to do with exaggeration. I mean, something beyond reality here, and this is to do with communication. So something of that nature. But then he's running Jupiter, Saturn, Moon. This period is negative for him, this last part, right? So this is not that great here, period-wise. And Ketu with Moon, definitely this is negative. Peak on November 24th, 25th, 2025. It may show it's not very good for his mother also. His mother faced some challenges that could happen around this time. And also Jupiter, Saturn, Moon period still running here. So these are the dates. We don't have access to what is exactly happening to him personally for every day for us to monitor all of these days. But if he's the person, he will definitely see his events happening on these days. When I say these days, these periods, immediately prior to these periods, and then few negatives just after that, right? So that is how it happens. So what is happening to him at the moment is exactly what it meant to be. He's supposed to be in disputes, supposed to be in health issues, like that. And then when the Venus period come also, it is like that. So that is what it is happening to him. This is why I wanted to do this video and show that, this is how life truly works. Why we are blessed differently? Because they have gathered a lot of good karma and brought to this life. And because of that, they are given opportunities that other people do not see, did not see, or cannot see. That's how they become. Otherwise, they are not supermen or superwoman or anything like that. They are supermen and superwomen by way of good karma. Right? I think that is what I want to get at. I hope he has PTSD. Like the other one I wanted to say about his health and his biographer. The other one I want to show you is like just for education purposes. Where is his top one? Okay, that's not it. His stock, this stock here. If you look at this stock, of course he's running a little bit of bad time. Because of that, he, that President Trump also had Teslas in his White House garden and lawn and try to promote his business because his stock price was going down so fast. You can see that. And the only thing is, if you look at this stock chart, you can see his stocks goes up all of a sudden like that in a very short period, right? You can see stock going up from 135, all 135 on August 14th, and by December 31st, like 3 months, pretty much 3+ months, 3 months, it goes up to 235. And then over here again, this one is like 208, and then goes all the way 208 on May 21, and by November it goes up like that. Steep up and steep down like that. These things happen, I mean, from the person chart shows up a little bit, but actually what, if anyone is interested in learning how the stock market works, this is all karma, this is all positive and negative karma. There is nothing works in this world outside of that. Actually what you need to look at is IPO chart for that, which I did here. You can see this is the Tesla IPO, right? The IPO was done on, this is when the stock began to trade, June 29, 2010. If you look at it, when this period came, stock went up like shoot up like that, that's how it is. In Rahu periods, expanding happens. That's like, if you look at it here, if you look at the Rahu period, when this happened in 2020, look at this stock chart. Over here, you can see February 21, 2020, right? Like here, March 27. And you can see when the stock market, when it stopped, took off like that. You can see it is going up that way. It never came down here again. That is what Rahu does, Rahu period, like that's what it does. Like if you look at all of this period, somewhere up to here, his stock prices went up significantly. So basically performance of stocks are done with the IPO charts. When the stock was floated on this was done in NASDAQ, like that. I hope something, if you watch this far, you learn something out of it. But my intention is just to record what is exactly happening. All right, all the best. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.